The youngins are so a few weeks ago we talked about first name I
Stuff.
can't remember. Z Momdani, because I can't
Ah,
remember his first name.
Sohan? Sohan?
Zohan.
Yeah.
No, wait, hang on.
Uh,
Zoran? No, it
Zoran.
was it was
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Zorhan or it was Zoran. One of the two. I'm so sorry.
Zoran.
Um
Zoran. Zoran.
Zoran, thank you. Ran for the Democratic primary, to be the Democratic nominee for the New York mayoral election, and he won the Democratic seat, meaning that he is the Democratic nominee he won against Cuomo, who was the former New York governor. I believe I'm getting this all right now. And Zoran won. He won. He is the Democratic nominee for the mayor election, which, being that New York City is a very Democratic held position, he is most likely to be the next mayor of New York City. Ran on a very, very progressive ticket. Very openly called himself a socialist, progressive socialist. Democratic socialist, I believe it was. He was well backed by AOC, gave her endorsement. Bernie Sanders gave his endorsement. He had a lot of connections to I believe it's also called the Democratic Socialist Alliance or something like that. It's like a sort of a group that helps people with the same vision, such as Bernie Sanders and AOC, kind of get through politics and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so he was kind of one of a few sort of waves of progressive politicians and political candidates, people running for places in America, which is kind of like the very anti-Trump sentiment, I think, that's coming through. And also people are just kind of pissed off at the Democrats because the Democrats aren't doing enough and they're kind of just sitting on their hands. People are sick of the, I don't know, Democratic
The bipartisan
machine,
bullshit. Yeah.
just the machine that they're just not doing, just they're not doing enough, and it's spouting out all of these very progressive candidates that are doing very well. This is all to say that one of those people that popped up, unfortunately did not win, but popped up in the last couple of weeks was someone called Deja Foxx. She's a 25-year-old, I believe. She was running for, and this is where I'm a little bit like American politics. She was running for the Democratic primary in the hopes of being the Arizonian congressional congresswoman in the 7th district. I don't know. Anyways, she was running against someone who had like family ties, and she unfortunately lost. But she ran a very progressive campaign. She's I think she's one of the very few sort of progressive or young Gen Zers in politics who is actually a professional internet person. I'm not sure what they called her. Meaning that she makes money from TikTok. I think TikTok's her primary one, but she's like this is her profession. She makes money on the internet. Meaning she doesn't have anything else that, like AOC was a waitress. It's kind of, she wasn't
this is her full-time gig. Yeah.
This is her full-time gig. So yeah, she ran. She got some incredible backing. She had a very grassroots campaign similar to Mamdani. We've seen this quite a bit. There's more than just her, but she would have been the first Gen Z in Congress as well. So there's no Gen Zers in Congress, but they're coming up.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but I think they only. It wasn't long ago that they got their first millennial, so
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was AOC.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it might not have been. It might have been. I think Ilma.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Could have also been one of those.
Not that. Yeah, not that long.
Be crazy. So yeah, I wanted to play a few little clips because I don't know who's in the audience, but if you're watching us, I'm gonna assume that you're a little younger. Maybe, maybe not. But there could be someone in the audience who's watching and is thinking, man, I'm sick of the bullshit that I'm seeing in the world. And actually, I also wouldn't mind challenging the status quo. I don't think Labour's doing good enough. Maybe you want to run under the Greens. Maybe you want to run for local politics. Maybe you want to run for your local council as an independent. That's fine. Maybe this will give you a little bit of a I don't know, some brain fuzzies to be like, you know what, maybe I could, as a young person, run for politics. I'm going to show you these a few little clips that she put out. This is my favorite. This is called the Sigma Edit, and you'll see why in a second.
Fuck me.
It's good. It's a good Sigma Edit when I can get my thing to work. Oh, come on.
Of the United States basically since I was 15 years old. And I'm really clear on his game. He's not interested in your safety. He's not interested in making your life better. This is not a man who knows the cost of eggs. He's someone who's never done his own grocery shopping. Like, let's be so for real. He is somebody who governs by spectacle. He thinks only about the headlines, only about perception, not about his impact. And that's because he's a reality TV show host by trade. He knows entertainment, not policy.
Anything with him you agree on at all?
Now that's a no. But do I know how he plays? Yes. Do I know how to stand up to him? Absolutely. And that's something Democrats could learn something from. I don't intend to go to DC and fight with a bunch of Democrats. The Republicans are the ones trying to take healthcare and food away from families like mine. But I do intend to show Democrats how to stand up and fight back.
Just realized I hope that's loyalty-free music, because otherwise we just got demonetized. So oopsies. I love the Sigma Edit. It's great. It's that.
I didn't realize that was what it was called. Okay, good to know.
That's the Sigma. Like just imagine that, but instead of what she was saying, which is very like on board, it's like Andrew Tate saying that women are subservient to men. And you can totally see what I mean, right? Like, just imagine that music.
Donald Trump has been running for president of the United States basically since I was 15.
That's the Sigma Edit. Just where it comes from, I believe.
Hell yeah.
But there you go. And there's a few other ones that there's the one that she posted for her like campaign, which hopefully I don't demonetize.
Politics picked me.
Just sort of.
I grew up a free lunch kid. In our public schools.
Make it a bit quieter so I don't get demonetized. But yeah, you know,
raised by a single mom,
she's got her storytelling down.
And Medicaid
some, you know,
us make
classic.
I know what it feels like to have elected officials make decisions about the things you need to just get by. The way things.
She's very well spoken. I don't like to make it about this, but I think it does play a part. She's very, very pretty. She comes to us very, very intelligent.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Pretty privileged. I mean, she's using
pretty
it.
Privileged.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. Exactly. She's someone who's who challenged from quite a young age the sex education in her school. She had a lot of issues with, so she went against the school board and managed to get better sex education for her school. And she's been, as you can see in some of these clips here, she's been on the front lines for a while. So she's very politically active. But it's cool to see someone, she reminds me a hell of a lot like of Tamitha.
Yes.
Just very like articulate, but also very cool and like not afraid to be a Gen Zer, which but like you can see in like some of these clips as well, she's like, she can look like a typical professional woman as well. Like she can do both.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, I feel like especially in terms of like, say how obviously predominantly Gen Z, but also probably young millennials, the way that they're able to make videos like this, you know, like it is actually extremely impressive the way that they condense down really hard to understand information and then get it across to you in quite a quick way. And that's one of the things I really like from seeing, you know, these kind of people and this kind of, I guess the new wave of politics from, you know, the younger generations where we're realizing we have been left out of so much and have been we're going, oh shit, everything's actually kind of on fire and we need to be able to get everybody on the same team so that we can try to like put this fucking fire out. I also thought it was interesting because I don't know if you saw some of the news today, but the UK have lowering their voting age to 16.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was
Good on 'em.
yeah, just announced today, I believe. Yeah, they're planning to give 16 and 17-year-olds the right to vote, which is obviously going to kick off more of the New Zealand Make It 16 campaign that's been going for quite some time now. And I think that kind of lends
Nice.
itself to all these things of just, yeah, if younger people are wanting to get engaged and actually be politicians, then fuck yeah. Like, I am, to be fair, I've been thinking about running for local council, maybe not this year, but the next one. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
turns out if people like fucking Ray Chung can run for mayor, maybe I could not run for mayor, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah, for sure.
definitely not as exclusive as I think we've been kind of made to think it is. And I think seeing young people that are very outspoken, kind of that same thing as we were saying before, of like, instead of waiting till they're out of politics to say these things, they're coming in and being like, this is who I am, this is how I am political, deal with it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
That's cool. Another thing I want to show you guys in case anyone out there is like, oh, but I'm too childish and Gen Zer. That's not what I'm saying. But I can like you're saying, inaccessible, right? Like you kind of feel like you have to have this certain persona or you've got to have this certain professionalism to you, but like you can be a 19-year-old kid as Rohan is shown, or a 21-year-old, I think it was when the guy who's Tim, I think his name is, in Gore,
Yes.
became mayor. So he was there originally. Well, he was the youngest not too long ago, and now Rohan, well, deputy mayor in politics. I just want to show you this little bit as well because I think this kind of also breaks down that barrier of like you can just be yourselves. Like Gen Zers, you can be yourselves and not put on that facade. And I'm not saying that I'm just preempting this clip. I'm not saying that's what this clip is. I'm just saying this clip is very modern, I guess is probably the word I'm going to say. Modern?
Scarier, climate change or Congress ignoring it?
Congress ignoring it because why?
What's the fastest way to shut down a mansplainer on the Hill?
Walk away.
What emoji best describes Congress right now?
Knife emoji.
Did Congress have to pass a social media literacy test?
Yes. Yes, please.
What's one law you'd write in all caps?
Restore Roe. And then asterisk. Repeal the Hyde Amendment because it shouldn't matter how much money you have. And pass the Women's Health Protection Act because it shouldn't matter where you live. You should be able to get access to reproductive care.
What's your least
Again, I had to stop it because otherwise I'm getting buttertied. But this is the sort of thing that you can, if you're thinking of running campaigns, or even if there's someone in the audience who's part of the political space, which there are. I think there's some great people behind some of our politicians at the moment, or current MPs, like Duncan's social media team does a really good job. I think the Labour Instagram team or TikTok team are like killing it.
Yeah.
But even this like one-to-one interview, which is very like quick fire, it's very like she said her favorite emoji was the knife emoji. Like
I love that.
ooh, but like
No, what represents
it's fun.
Congress, which was even better, because
Oh,
that
right.
is directly linking a knife to politics, where some people be like, "Ew, she's making a threat."
It's a
Whereas,
threat. Yeah.
like, no,
So
that's
like
just
you can have
life.
fun with it, and she's done really well. She didn't win it for sure, but like she still kicked up a fuss. She was still seen by a lot of media, and
Oh yeah, I mean,
think-
the next election, I'm sure she will have built up much more like this. I feel like these kind of things is like she's starting the foundations. Like, we never thought that Trump would get in the first time, let alone the second time, because things kind of change as they go on. Like, it's and it's really cool to see. Also, apparently, it was Ben, not Tim. Ben Bell.
Thank you.
But
I was trying to look it up earlier, and I saw a Tim, and I was like, I think his name was Tim, but Tim. Sorry, but yes, thank you, Ben Bell.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's really good to see. Like, I mean, people like because it also reminds you of even just like Jordan Rivers. He has a lot of really good, like, he's a good portion, like, good reason why I got a lot more back into this kind of stuff. And I think it was because I was following like him and Spider Hoof, which is kind of how I found BHN and all that stuff. And I mean, like, we just obviously recently had the youth MPs in Parliament. Awesome stuff. I love the way they were like, hey, they tried to tell us not to say these things, and we're just gonna fucking tell you. And I'm like, yes, because we shouldn't be trying to be controlled and constrained by these ways you have to behave. Like, that's really what I don't like, because that's what I don't like a lot about, I guess, the Westminster system, because it's very much made of that kind of structure. Like, we should have ways where we can kind of, I don't know, have haka, or, be able to oppose things in ways that are a bit more flexible and, I guess, representative.
Yeah. Huh. Thank you. Someone's corrected me. Tim was the Gorg Council CEO that Ben fought with.
Well, there was a Tim and a Ben. Fucking hell.
There was a Tim and a Ben. I knew there was a Tim. It just didn't. Apologies, not Tim. Ben. Oh yeah, that whole saga is the
also, someone
the
pointed
beginning
out
of the can of worms.
Chloe ran for mayor when she was 19. So
she did.
Yeah, starting early, get them in there young.
And who knows? You could become.
Apparently, Cuomo is also running as an independent now. So that was a random side information I thought was interesting.
Dude, give up.
Right?
Go take your buckets of hundreds of thousands and just like fuck off. Like you've done your dash. I think I don't believe it was in that clip that I showed from the local government thing with John Campbell, but in there Rohan said that he is not they're not running again because they've decided that they've done 2 terms, maybe even 3 terms, and they are ready for fresh blood to come in. Like they're stepping down so that fresh blood can come in, which is hilarious because he's 25. And now they're saying, you know what, I've done my dash, I've done 2 terms, now it's ready for new blood and someone with new ideas, and I'm going to usher them in instead. It's like, why can't the rest of you 60 plus year olds do the same?
Yeah.
Maybe you should step down. Pass the torch on to the next person.
I mean, if people can be in Parliament with Alzheimer's, I think we can make some accommodations.
Or scary question mark ankle diseases.
No. Fucking hell. Oh.
Yeah. So that was my fun little I don't know, just like a little bit of a PSA. So if you're thinking about it, you can use modern tech, you can use modern language, you can use modern ways of communicating, and it can be successful. You can rally up the people around you, even the young ones who maybe feel a little bit disheartened or a little bit disconnected from politics. Go for it, because I think even if you don't win, you just get your name out there, and it's something you want to do long term, is like politics and like making a change in the world. Just give it a go, because you never know. But also be prepared to be mayor of your township.
Or even if you're not willing to, like, you're not in the space to do anything that big, I think just getting more involved in general and understanding politics that's affecting the world around you. Like, even if it's something just simple, like learning more about local politics by watching like Paul the Other One, or, educating people that when you see stuff on BHN and sending it to them, or even better, because I kind of wanted to do this, so I'm gonna just shoehorn this in now. Go volunteer for the Greens or Te Pāti Māori, because it's a local body election year, and they need all the, not even just hands. It can be, there's a lot of things you can do. You can do like distance stuff where you might be able to make phone calls for them. Like, I've gone in and done some data entry, which is quite fun because it's really easy. You just sit there, hang out, and they bring us really yummy food, which is so sweet. And yeah, I highly recommend people getting involved with that stuff. Even if it's just a few hours once a month, those small bits of help mean so much. Like, money isn't the only thing that parties need. They need hands, they need feet, they need lots of things.